Okay, so we are now looking at part 3 of these really harrowing moments between Rue and her friends and family.
You look like a cat coughed your ass up.
Here's a character I don't know.
Well, he said he would only stop by if he could cook dinner for the whole family.
Thanks for having me. Oh, hi.
Hi.
I'm Ali. Nice to meet you.
You're your sponsor.
I am. Better question is, what are you doing right now?
Nothing.
Want to help me cook?
I can help.
The fact that she has a sponsor feels like a good thing here.
Oh, diarrhea away from our food.
Oh, you want to tell them about the... I think you should.
No.
Hey, yo, I'm serious. You're a health hazard. In the other room.
Okay, dang. Thank you. Sorry. Bye-bye. Oh.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye to you, too.
Uh-huh.
I know you've probably been washing that ass.
Oh.
They know I'm right.
Exactly. Think she's doing better today.
For as tough as it's been on Rue, I'm sure it's been hard on you. Dice these tomatoes. It's okay to be angry at her.
Not sure that helps anyone.
Oh, wow. Well, I tend to disagree. I think it'll actually be good for you.
How?
You're not wrong to be angry at her. It hurts. It's unfair. You don't deserve it.
I'm fine. I am.
I didn't say I didn't believe you.
So let me offer a few thoughts here. First, as hard as those conversations that we saw in parts 1 and 2 were, we get the sense that something shifted here, that at least having the confrontation instead of avoiding has gotten Rue some help. And we don't know how that's going to turn out, but I think that's a really good and important thing. So many times I think we can be tempted to avoid a difficult conversation because it is hard. Sometimes it can be really unpleasant. If we're going to decide to have a conversation, we want to do it at an appropriate time and place. I would say that did not happen so much in parts 1 and 2, but we want to try to do that in our real lives. But we do want to be direct. We do want to avoid simply skirting around the hard issues. Because one thing we do see is that at least addressing hard issues here, at least in this case, right, has resulted in a much better outcome, or at least interim outcome, for Rue. The other thing I want to talk about, though, is this really interesting interaction between Gia, Rue's sister, and Ali, Rue's sponsor. Because I think what Ali does really nicely is open up the possibility for a difficult conversation by asking a few open-ended questions of Gia about how she's doing. Gia seems pretty closed here, but one thing I really like that Ali does is that he raises the question of anger and then normalizes it. Actually gives permission for her to feel angry toward Rue. One of the real barricades or blockades in many negotiations, especially ones involving family and friends and people that we care about, is that we police our emotions. If we feel emotions like jealousy or anger or rage, we code those emotions as bad emotions. And we say good people shouldn't feel them or shouldn't have them. And that is just actually inconsistent with research. It's inconsistent with relationships, and it's actually really inconsistent with best practices in conflict resolution. Because in fact, being able to feel and have your emotions is the first step to making sure that the emotions won't have you. Now, in the clip, what's nice is that, Gia isn't ready for this. In fact, she says, I don't see much purpose to feeling angry. Allie then says, well, actually, it's okay. It's maybe even good to feel that way. And then there's this pause. And I think what's really interesting here is that there are times when someone who is initiating a difficult conversation might feel like, I've thought about this, and this is my moment because mom and sister are out of the room. This is the moment I need to have it. Ali wisely resists that. He can tell that this is not a good time and place for Gia. He's opened up a space. He's checked in a second time to see if she's ready, and she isn't. And that's okay. So, as much as on this channel we talk about the importance of engaging those hard conflicts, engaging those differences, feeling and knowing your emotions and sharing them, it's also important to know when the other side isn't ready, isn't interested, or isn't willing. Because a difficult conversation takes two people. So does a mediation or a negotiation. And so timing here, a sense of intuition here, a sense of listening to what's not spoken are also really important and necessary negotiation and difficult conversation skills. So as we kind of bring this 3-part series of Euphoria videos to a close, I just want to acknowledge, right, this has been a lot. All of these took me by surprise. I want to say first that having a difficult conversation with someone who is under the influence of drugs requires a lot more than difficult conversation skills. I said this on the first video, I want to say again, there are professional resources available and it's important to consult them. But if we're going to have a difficult conversation with someone where there's a lot of strong emotion and strong partisan perceptions and issues of identity, always consider first, like, is this a good time and place? Second, how do I frame this conversation in a way that draws out the best versions of very complicated people? Because usually when we're in a conflict or in a difficult conversation, what's coming forward is often the less good versions of who we might hope to be. So we don't want to bring that out. Third, we really want to think a lot about what are the emotions involved for myself, possibly for the other side. How can I create some space for people to voice those in a productive way and in a genuine way? And lastly, we want to think about what are the internal conflicts, the internal narratives or stories that could be holding us back, that could be a part of the reason why the conversation isn't going as well. And I think these clips that we saw, if we were coaching these characters, right, would all have been hard, uncomfortable, painful, but perhaps less fraught, less prone to violence than they could have been had those coaching tips been taken under advisement. So thanks for watching with me through these series. I love reacting to these, so if you have other clips or suggestions, please drop them into the comments. Of course, if you haven't seen part 1 or 2, please check them out now.